Hello friends, Merry Christmas, Techman Pat here. Hope you are well. Welcome to another Dirt Report. Let's get straight into it as we have quite a bit to cover, and my New Year's resolution is to keep these short, bite-sized, and I'm starting early with New Year's goals because apparently it takes 3 weeks to build a habit. Remember that when you start off. Look, it seems that we hear this a lot. Giant companies paying zero tax and the general population paying their fair share, I suppose. Australia is no different than America when it comes to big companies dodging tax. So here we are this week. The ATO published its 5th annual corporate tax transparency report, which discloses the tax bill of the country's largest companies during the 2017 to 2018 financial year. It includes over 2,214 Australian public and foreign companies with incomes of more than 100 million, where 710 of these paid no tax at all. Let that sink in. And on top of it, many haven't paid any taxes since the reporting started in 2013. And look, many didn't pay taxes because they didn't generate taxable income, but they still generated income. And I suppose someone like me, that doesn't really make much sense, but okay. Without going into too much detail, companies like Atlassian have over 1 billion in revenue, but posted only a taxable income of 138 million. And that really sets the trend for the rest of the companies on this list. And look, for your benefit, I will link that list below. I guess what really shocks me is that the actual percentage that these companies end up paying, they are nowhere near the standard, or at least understood, 30%. Google in fact had 1 billion in revenue and paid 37 million in tax, making their tax rate 20%, much lower than you and I. That in itself is also an improvement, as a few years back it was as low as 13%. Now, I'm no tax expert, so I'll leave that to the commentators below to answer that question, because everybody's an expert on the internet. Let's move on. TPG has come out blasting like a stormtrooper in a Wookiee forest, shooting everything and hitting nothing except the price-sensitive NBN users, those who are not willing to pay hundreds of dollars per month for broadband. Turns out TPG is not happy, what a surprise, about how much it costs to service the sub $60 plans. In fact, they are planning on getting rid of all the plans that cost less than $60 per month, a move that would see many people turn away, but might not cost them much in the long term. Remember that speeds of these plans are low and the data inclusions is really low too. The only reason these exist is for folks who go on email and or need to connect their medical devices. I doubt many families can get away with 10 gigs per month, which is the $29 plan that they have, where 1 hour of Netflix in HD is 3 gigabytes. I mean, you can watch around 3.5 hours of Netflix before you get cut off, or at least throttle to dial up speeds. By the way, it's 1 gig per hour on standard definition, so don't get too excited when you're not streaming HD. Many RSPs are choosing to bail on the lower products tiers. I suppose it's fair enough when it's not financially viable, and it's not necessarily their fault. Making money is the point of a business. Yes. And so NBN Co needs to sort their pricing out to make sure they make money, but they also don't make internet a luxury item, because it really shouldn't be. And you guys have said below that that is the reality. The ACCC is going to make matters worse, as RSPs will want to get rid of such plans to avoid being caught up in not providing adequate services to those low-tier customers. They're the ones who suffer the most during peak hour times. You see, every night before bed, the RSPs check under the bed for Rod Sims, just in case it's their turn to be punished. In any case, the $60 plan has been the sweet spot for many years when paying for ADSL. People have become fairly accustomed to that amount. This kind of cost, however, is outdated, and comparing ADSL to NBN is not really the right way to do things. The NBN could provide higher speeds, and RSPs have been able to also provide much more data, but not because they're generous. It's because the market demands more, and it's a selling point. Basically, it's data inflation. Just like watching SD videos now, we watch the same videos in HD. So more products to consume just means larger data. NBN Co has come out and said that the price issue here is that if a lower tier user doesn't contribute, then higher end users will pick up the slack, and disproportionately so. This entire business model revolves around the average revenue per user for NBN Co, who need to guarantee a commercial return for our government. They need their revenue and are hoping that over time, those who are paying for lower tier speeds upgrade. And while some they might not even reach those higher speeds because their line might be bad, but hopefully after that time they'll upgrade those lines. Many are able to hit those higher speeds and are willing to pay for it. Because after all, and in all honesty, NBN is better than ADSL. Whatever you might think, speeds have increased overall, and don't forget ADSL was pretty unreliable in certain areas too. I remember when it rained at my old house, that would be the end of the internet. We were left in the Stone Age until it all dried out. At the moment, the ACCC and NBN Co are at a standoff to see who will budge on pricing. NBN Co has said that the point of the NBN is to ensure that all Australians have affordable access to very fast broadband. Let me know in the comments below if it's starting to feel like that as we reach the end of the rollout. If not, well, you'll let me know. Finally, let's look at Germany for a few minutes, a country with a rich history. Beer, Bratwurst, and beer. On a side note, I can't really talk about Germany too much as YouTube's algorithm will strike my video. I'm not joking, they're really strict on this sort of crap. And they're pretty thin-skinned too. So, what has Germany got to do with today's Dirt Report? Well, one of their telcos, Telefonica, has signed a deal with China to supply Huawei's 5G equipment. They aren't the only ones, in fact. 2 other telcos have signed the deal too. But what does this mean? Well, Germany doesn't seem to care that the Chinese government could have a backdoor into the national communication system. And if you watched the latest episode of Silicon Valley, you know how fun that is. A bit of an inside joke if you haven't watched it, I suppose. The US has been anti-Huawei for a while, though in May they reduced their restrictions and they continue to grant these weird extensions, keeping them on a very short lead. And Huawei doesn't like it. America I guess they're annoying them. And so what now? Well, nothing really. None of the spying accusations have actually been proven, nor is there any hard evidence to start an investigation. So it's all rumors and Trump's fake news at this point. So let me know below if Australia should buy into the Huawei cheap 5G gear. Maybe we could get 5G quicker and sooner and maybe even cheaper. That could solve a lot of problems for a few people. Friends, hope you have a great Christmas. Only a week away. Wishing you and your family all the best. Thanks for watching. You know the drill. If you like this video, then tap that like button. And if you want to see more, then consider subscribing. And to those who are subscribers, thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Data. Telefonica. Data. Telefonica. Data. Telefonica. Data.